Hey, what is up guys? I need you. So you may remember not so long ago, me and Apollo played an awesome Napoleonic mod which implemented our own YouTube uniforms and flags into the game itself. It was amazing I should say, seeing our own uniforms and flags marching to battle in Napoleonic Total War. It was awesome, and I was super grateful for Emperor of the Great Unknown and Geniati, I think that's how you pronounce it. Apologies if I mispronounced it. I am super grateful for all the work they've put into the mod itself. So since then, they've been working hard and they have added in Lionheart's army along with General Cody and Total Legion into the mod. So now that the mod is a bit more fleshed out, we've decided that a great war is coming. A 2 vs 2 tug of war between me, Lionheart, Total Legion and General Cody. And if you don't know what a tug of war is, you can go back and look at one of my previous playlists on my channel which I did with Apollo. But basically it is where you start off with kind of like crappy raw recruits and a low amount of money, and you kind of work your way up from each battle you play against the other person, and you kind of have a certain set of rules which you put in place to kind of make it feel more like a campaign but with multiplayer battles. And I think that's why this series is going to be so great, because for those people who really enjoy kind of the nitty-gritty decisions outside of the battle, where I decide to spend a certain amount of money on something or get a certain unit over another, people like you guys will enjoy that a lot. But for those of you who don't really care about that and just want to see a cool historical battle, then this series is for you. Each battle will be its own standalone. You can just skip straight to the battle and watch it as if it is just a normal battle. However, since previously back when me and Apollo used to play the mod, Emperor of the Great Unknown has taken a huge amount of time to create an awesome program which basically allows us to create our own armies, and this program keeps track of manpower, gold, unit casualties, our generals, the type of stats that each unit has, experience, allows us to train certain troops, which is just absolutely amazing. So I have to say, like, a massive thank you to him for doing this for us. It's going to make this campaign so much more interesting and allow us just to kind of basically have a campaign in multiplayer going from battle to battle. In kind of short, it's very much like the Ultimate General Civil War campaign, which again, if you haven't seen, you can go find that on my channel in a playlist somewhere. I'll maybe even link it down below in the description. But basically, as I said, yeah, it's basically like the Ultimate General War, Civil War campaign, but in Total War and in multiplayer, so playing against actual people. So that's just absolutely awesome. So to go a little bit further, and again, I won't go over everything in this because I'll get onto my point for the creation of this video very, very soon, I do promise. But I'll make sure to make a video later on down the line explaining kind of a lot more of this. So yeah, for example, within this program, I can recruit a regiment of line infantry to my army. This will consist of 3 units of infantry, and it will kind of take away a certain amount of gold and manpower from my overall pool. So when I decide to recruit this unit, it goes into my army and it takes away the set amount of gold and manpower from my pool, and everyone gets the same amount of money to begin with. So again, this will really start to create an interesting outlook on our armies. Everyone's army can be built differently, but they're given the same amount of money at the beginning, which is going to be awesome. And you can also say recruit a regiment of line infantry and have a grenadier detachment. So that's basically like you've taken all the big guys out of the 3 units of line infantry and stuck them in a grenadier unit. So you'll have smaller groups of line infantry, and you'll have one big unit of grenadier units, part of that same regiment. And you can kind of just mix and match, decide up, and just kind of create your own army, which I thought was really, really cool. And obviously you can do the same with cavalry and artillery, etc., as you build an overall army. And each of these options will obviously cost a certain amount of money and manpower, which again will be taken away from your overall pool. As well as this, you can decide upon certain training to give these units. So when I was creating my infantry regiments and I was deciding what I wanted, I could spend a little bit extra money, which will obviously take out, so I won't be able to maybe get as many units, but I could spend a little bit of extra money to make these units which I'm recruiting a bit better. So I have a smaller, more elite army, but obviously it costs me more money, but not manpower. So again, I can kind of use that manpower I have in reserve to replenish these units later on after these battles. So yeah, I know this is kind of confusing. I'll explain it much better in a proper video, but I thought I just wanted to kind of give you guys a better idea. So once our armies have built, which I've built mine, we're just waiting on everyone else to kind of finish up their army plans. So once everyone's armies are built, we will fight a series of these great historical battles on custom maps between one another. These results of these battles will carry over to the next one, taking into account casualties, unit experience, the boost to manpower, and the gold, depending on if we meet our certain objectives. So we'll have battles, historical battles where, say, we have to go take an objective and hold it for a certain amount of time against the other player. We might have escort missions where we have to get a certain unit to somewhere within the battle within a certain time limit. We might have, defensive battles where an army has to hold out on a ridge somewhere for 40 minutes, and then maybe that historical battle will follow over to day 2 of that battle, where another part of my army turns up to reinforce them, and the battle just kind of goes from there. And as I said, each one of these battles will kind of follow on from one another, so that the casualties, say Lionheart absolutely slaughters me in one battle, all them casualties from that battle will carry over to the program, and I'll have to make some decisions within that, say if I want to spend more money on recruiting more men to kind of fill out these units again, because I just lost so many men, and then that will then be tracked into the next battle. So, it's just going to be really fun, really exciting. And for those of you who don't really care about all of this, you just want to see a battle, you can just watch the replay and be like, oh, this is a cool battle, because they will be, really nice, objective-driven historical battles, which I think will be fun. So basically, why have I made this video? It's been kind of long, sorry it's 6 minutes already, but I kind of want to just kind of get you guys hyped up and an idea of what I'm planning or what's going to be coming very, very soon. So, I have made my army now, and I basically need you guys to go ahead and let me know what I should name my units. I have my army, I have a set amount of troops I've recruited with my money and my manpower, etc. But I didn't know what to call them, so I needed you guys. So basically, what I need general names, as well as that I need to kind of a theme to my army. I don't want everyone just to be called certain different things. I want my army to be organized. I want it to look professional. So basically, I have, so what I'm asking from you guys is a theme. This could be as simple as, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd line infantry. Obviously not that, because otherwise I would just do that and wouldn't ask you guys. I want something a little bit more creative, but you could kind of split these units up into certain regions. So have the 1st, 2nd, 3rd York line infantry, then, carrying on within this theme, because it's kind of like a region-based theme, you could have the 4th, 5th, 6th Welsh line infantry, and then say the 7th, 8th Coldstream Guards. So all the infantry kind of just follow on with their regiment number going up, or I guess not regiment, or division number I should say. The division number is 2nd, 8th Coldstream Guard, and then maybe like the 9th, 10th, 11th say like London Guard or something like that, and then just carry on like that. So kind of like that little idea. I want to have the structure. So comment down below the structure of my army, what it should be like. Should it be, have certain names? Also, you feel free to give me individual kind of nicknames I can give to certain units as well down below. That would be pretty cool as well. But basically, just just have fun with it. Drop down below, and I'll kind of just pick some and maybe just add some to what I kind of want as well, and kind of just mold them all together. So hopefully you guys might see some of your units on the battlefield fighting alongside me in this epic tug of war. I'm super excited. I think it's going to be really, really fun to do. But yeah, also don't worry about like maybe naming the actual. Don't bother putting the division number next to it. So you don't have to put 1st, 2nd, 3rd York. You can just put like my idea, structure. I want it to be like the York, then like the Welsh, then Coldstream Guard, and then I can kind of just put that to the units I want. So I need names for artillery, infantry, guard infantry. I have lancers, cuirassiers. I also need grenadier names, skirmisher names, and kind of like these detachments can kind of have a bit more specific names. Like so, the grenadiers and skirmishers can maybe have like the 16th Rifles or something like them, or the grenadiers can have something a little bit more off the cuff than say my just normal line infantry. So yeah, as I said, have fun with it. Hopefully this video hasn't been too confusing. I have talked about a lot, and it has been kind of long as well. It's been like a 10-minute video, which is what I was not planning on it being, but hopefully you guys are looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun, and as I said, more details will follow. I'll have like a full rule and explanation of what's going to be happening in a separate video before we do start this campaign. But yeah, I need you. Hopefully you guys give me some good themes and names for my units, and general names as well, and I guess I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.